Hello, Sag Rising. I'm Britten LaRue, and this is Scopes Unshamed for August 2026. Let's dive in. How are you doing? This is a big time for you. I'm really excited about the way everything's looking in your chart. I feel like this is a time when you are feeling quite busy with your creative projects, with your pursuits, with your what you're writing, what you're putting out there, what you want to share in the world with yourself and with others. And there's just a lot of fire energy that is supporting you, fire and air, just like making things come out of you. It may feel kind of like a wild time, like it's kind of wild. How quickly things may feel like they're moving for you as you are making and sharing and creating. So, does that resonate? July was a really big month. If you saw the Scope Unshamed for July, you may want to go back and listen to that and see how much it lines up with your experience and how what I share there figures with what the evidence was of your life and like what were the big lessons, like if you could bottle up your top three themes of July, what were the top three themes of July? Because those themes are going to continue to be playing out this month and they're going to be continuing to play out for the next 6 months and more. And so if you have a sense for like the themes of the song that you're singing, then you can like get into the song, like get into the song that you're singing because you understand the themes of the song. You get the energy of the song. You get the like what am I learning? What am I learning? That's a Sagittarius question. What am I learning right now? Where what adventures am I on? What are the adventures? What are the quests of the moment? I see you as very stretched right now, like really stretched in ways that may surprise you. Like you're expanding yourself. And this has to feel good because what does Sagittarius want but to be expansive? So it's really a time to just appreciate having the support, I would say, of Saturn in particular. All of August, Saturn is in Aries in your house of creativity, the house of like the stuff that you generate, what you create, what comes out of you, and that includes your children. If you have children, your relationship to your children includes playing, hobbies, free time, fun time. This is a part of you that's kind of naturally pretty gutsy, pretty confident, pretty audacious, courageous, inventive, pioneering. That's where you have Aries. And right now, for the 2.5 year block that you're in, you have Saturn moving through there, which is inviting you to really focus, like focus those energies. What do you want? What form do you want to put around things? If you've been wanting to write a book, if you've been wanting to put something out there with your creations, this is a time to really enjoy having Saturn supporting you. And then this month in August, Jupiter in your ninth house, moving through Leo, is going to be moving towards an exact trine at the very end of the month with Saturn there. A trine is very helpful. A trine is a line of conversation between planets in signs of the same element. So they're both in fire signs. They're speaking fire. They're like, I get you. I love fire. You're a fire person. You're fire rising. Sagittarius is fire. And Jupiter is expansive. Jupiter's trusting. Jupiter's like, let's take the leap. Let's take that turn, even though we can't see what's on the other side. Let's follow where the river goes. And so it's like there's this expansive opportunity to like ride energy that it's actually also, and you're also actually creating something tangible from it, something concrete, something that you can like hand to somebody else or point at to somebody else, like so that exists on the earthly plane. And the energies are just working together right now. Like, what are you creating? What are you making? And it's connecting all to a larger cosmology, a larger picture of a worldview, a philosophy, a sense of your understanding of what the hell is your place in this universe? How do you even get to understanding something like as big as that? This whole process is in getting you closer to like the cosmos. It's like you're getting closer to God. You're getting closer to like, I feel like I understand how it's all connected, even if you can't fully articulate it. It's like it's coming through as poetry. It's coming through. And the new moon, the sun is moving through Leo, so that house of cosmology, spirituality, worldview, philosophy. The sun is moving through it through Leo season here in August. Then the moon is going to come in and they're going to meet together. Mercury's also going to be there with Jupiter, all this big Leo energy, expanding your horizons. And they're going to meet the sun and the moon on the 12th at 20 degrees of Leo. And that's going to be a new moon. And it's also going to be a solar eclipse. So this is another big theme. There's the theme of the Saturn and Jupiter working together in fire for you. And then here's the theme of like something really important is going to be understood, seen, made visible around your belief system, your cosmology, your understanding of God, your understanding of like powers that be, your understanding of like the temple that you worship at. And if you have any planets around 20 degrees of Leo, of course, their significations, like what kinds of calls to experience do they bring you into? Those are going to be talking. And when we have eclipses, they always come in at least two, maybe three. This is going to be two. The other one's August 28th. So the 2 week period between August 12th and August 28th is like the eclipse belly. I always call it the belly because it's like the belly of a dragon between the head and the tail. Going back to Vedic astrology, where the nodes, which are these places on the path of the moon where the sun and moon can come together and create eclipses when they're one of the lights of the luminaries is getting blocked out. When you're in the belly of the dragon, so to speak, these 2 weeks between these two eclipses, you're going to be in a rapid learning phase. You're going to be getting a lot of collective and personal information about life that you hadn't been thinking about before, seeing before, aware of before, and integrating it. Like, what do we do with this new information? When we have eclipses, we often are shown something in the world. This can also be personal that was there all along, but it was eclipsed, like it was covered. And now you see it. So eclipses can be uncomfortable because we're like making room for this new information. It means we got to like deal with this thing that we previously didn't have room for because we didn't see it. But we can't really unsee it because to unsee it would be to pretend that it doesn't exist and now we know that it exists. So it's uncomfortable because we got to feel into like, what actions do I take? What words do I say? What boundaries do I need to set? we just get a little taken out, or sometimes a lot taken out of our regular path and our regular life. And things start to rearrange out around all of this new information and how we want to respond. So, one of the most wise things you can do is plan on in those 2 weeks to give yourself a little extra space, especially if things come up where you're just going to want to be able to listen, like take it in and not have to respond, not have to react, not have to take a stance, not have to act, not have to fix anything. What would it be like to just listen and let evidence accumulate before having to move in any direction at all? Like you don't have to do anything. But often in this time, it seems like governments, people, there's something happens. There's like an event. And okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so that's here now. I woke up this morning. I didn't know I was going to be dealing with that, right? So that's kind of the energy of eclipses. And sometimes they're very subtle, like sometimes you finish an eclipse and you're like, I know what I was learning. And, yeah, it was just like, yeah, there it was, big deal. Other times you're like, I'm going to be remembering that eclipse window for the rest of my life. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But it is the sign of the sun that this is in. And for you, it's in a very big place in your chart, Leo. It's about your worldview, your cosmology, how you understand the universe. And that includes science and physics. And sometimes big shifts there can have to do with learning to make them your own, like learning what somebody else, what's actually like a worldview that doesn't resonate with you anymore. Those things can come up. So there can be like an existential quality, I would say, to this house. And like the dream, I would say, for this house is to be really connected to how your belief system is you, as opposed to just a bunch of stuff that was conditioned into you. So, because crises in this house usually has to do with they told me to believe that, and now I understand that that was all distortion. So, let's talk about the other eclipse. The other eclipse is the 28th, and by then the sun is now going to be in Virgo, and Virgo is the house of it's like your career house, what you're known for in the world. We call it your 10th house. Your reputation, what you're known for bringing into the village. Like there's so and so, that's you. They're the ones who bring this. They're the ones who do this. They're the ones who blank. And that can be a very like loaded space for us humans. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves there. There's a lot of shame that thrives there. And it comes from the conditioning of overculture with these templates for success and failure. And the rhetoric of potential, which is very harmful. So the sun is going to move over there. And then the moon this time will be a full moon. So it'll be the opposite sign of Pisces, which is your fourth house, which is like home, where you're from, your childhood home, your living space, who you are when you fall back into yourself at the end of the day. Like, what do you have under you that supports you? And this is a sign that's also ruled by Jupiter, who is the ruler of Sagittarius. So there's an affinity for you, I would say, between your first house and your fourth house, because both signs are connected to Jupiter. And so Jupiter's watching those two places in your chart. So usually, I would say that usually a full moon in Pisces, I would say feels pretty delicious because Pisces, I mean, I'm biased as a sun sign Pisces, but it is a very compassionate, sweet sign in terms of holding you in the sense of the oneness and beauty of everything. And so you can fall back into that. And because it's an eclipse, and because I would say that the fourth house, 10th house polarity is arguably the most complicated and shame-filled polarity of the chart. This is what I found from all of the teaching and all of the client sessions I've had over these years, and from my own experience as being a human being. I do feel like there could be a lot that is also coming up at that time around just like your place in the world. Like, where do I belong? Where do I belong? What is home? And, I would say that the larger picture of what you may find yourself learning is that you belong wherever you are and the universe is holding you. How does that feel? Wherever you are is the home because the home is both in you and all around you as the cosmos. All right. Um, Final words, lean on your community. Find joy in your community, beauty in your community, pleasure in your people, and sit back and listen. Listen to the songs being sung all around you. Thank you, Sag Rising. If you like my approach to horoscopes, please subscribe. Please comment, please share, please like. This is a new project for me. I would love to feel your support. And I will see you in September. Thank you so much.